I'm back with something simple and more fun, and something a few of you have asked for since season 2 dropped, which is what Overlord Nifty looked like before joining Alistair, which I do have some ideas about based on her personality. However, I am really curious on what kind of Overlord she is. I mean, we know some Overlords are just demons with contracts that boost their powers, but seeing as the few we see who are more higher ranked, controlling certain things, it makes me wonder about Nifty personally. Cause I think Nifty at one point was the cleanup crew Overlord. Like, a lot of bad people had cleanup crews to hide what they did, and while we're in hell and that's not really something to be worried about in like being caught by police, but I do still think demons needed things to be cleaned up, especially after Extermination Day, as I can imagine a lot of bodies were just left around and no one wanted to deal with that other than Cannibal Town. And like, who's to say that Nifty couldn't have cleaned up all these bodies and transported them to Cannibal Town and got paid for it? You know? Or maybe Nifty was the overlord of the garment district. I know she doesn't seem like the fashion type, but with her often having scissors and sewing motifs in her original design, and I know it's a little bit wish-washy now in the actual show, but I could see her being in charge of it. I mean, that could be how she and Alistair eventually meet each other. I mean, he probably needed a new suit, and she could have made him one, and that's how their friendship developed. Or at the very least, she's just one because she asked Alistair to protect herself. That could be it as well. Maybe. I also have like a weird idea that possibly she's not in a contract with Alistair. I know the pilot is 50% canon now, so it technically could be true, because like, what do they gain from each other other than Alistair having another overlord in his back pocket? Because like, bear with me here, because what if she, back in the day as an overlord, though not a powerful one, was one that Alistair wanted to kill, because we do see that he killed a few female overlords, which is very unlike him. However, he ends up meeting her and he ends up liking her, and vice versa for her, and she just ends up following him for all eternity. Though, knowing Alistair, he'd probably want to make sure it didn't look like they were actually friends, so I can see him kind of like, we need to make a contract or have something going on so it doesn't seem like I have friends. So I can kind of see them in like a never-ending favor contract kind of thing, or like a favors for favors kind of thing, like I scratch your back, you scratch mine. They do that back and forth. I can see that happening. Now, what that all has to do with the design is not much. However, though, I did mix in a lot of what I just said, so let's get to that. Okay, since being an overlord is more just a title than an actual design, since we see in the show the characters don't change too much with any amount of contracts other than like maybe being at Hell's version of max power, since we do see Vox does change a bit, though that doesn't stick long. But I kind of really like the idea that the amount / how powerful an overlord is reflects in their design, to a degree. So for Nifty, the only real body-like changes I did was her overall hair color and the fact that I added extra bug legs on her back, mainly for creep factor. She also has wings as well, but similar to Valentino, they're hidden in her skirt. The wings would only be for overlord status, since we see that, like, as she is now, she has nothing. Now, for why I changed her hair color. It was mostly because I like the headcanon that a owned soul shows some hints to who they're owned by. Like, there's kind of like a weird theory going around that Angel's black eye is due to being half owned by Valentino. Not to mention, Angel also has a gold tooth similar to Val, and since Husk and Nifty are owned by Alistair, I like to think the design elements of their ownership is through their colors. Since weirdly enough, as you can see, Nifty's hair color and bangs are very close to Alistair's own style, so I figured before she was contracted, her hair was darker and more put together, since she, even after many years, still sticks to her era's fashion. Though I did make the curls of her hair bigger and more sharp looking, like antennas mixed with pinchers kind of look. Her bangs are also now more neat in this iteration versus when she's with Alistair and just more wild. Also, yes, I redrew her teeth, mostly because it low-key bothers me that a lot of characters just have regular old shark teeth. But anyway, last body thing I did was add spines to her arms and legs. I like to think after joining Alistair, her more bug and sharper features softened due to being 1, contracted, and 2, because Alistair obviously favors her and probably keeps her the safest out of everybody. Plus off topic a little bit, but I think Nifty would have been a great secret spy for Alistair, or had been the one keeping things running for all those 7 years he was missing. Like, for some weird reason, I can just see Nifty keeping the flame alive that Alistair would, like, return, or that, like, he did not die by angelic means. Like, he's just missing, you know? I fully believe that Nifty would have been great in, like, making sure that Alistair was kept up to date on everything going on. Anyway though, her outfit. For anyone new, Nifty died around the 1950s and is a bug-themed demon with alien mixed in too. Though bugs are already kind of alien. But ever since the Zoophobia days, Nifty has always sported a poodle skirt, which that style of skirt is more so for high schoolers, but based on Nifty's personality and I'm not saying she's a child, but her more childish moments, and to my best guess, around 20 years old, I'm not too surprised she prefers a more younger style. Though as an Overlord, I can kind of imagine that the poodle skirt wasn't taken too seriously, and probably neither was Nifty. Though her height probably plays a factor into not being taken seriously either, but like as an Overlord, I like to think that Nifty would step up her game to seem a bit more intimidating and serious. So for her Overlord dress, I decided to give her an open overcoat dress with short sleeves, since she seems more like a summer girl with a wide lapel and a bug shell-like belt. The hem of her coat is cut to look like a ladybug's wings are opening. It even has spots to go with it. I did add decorative buttons, mainly to go with her sewing theme she originally had. And the coat's underlayer is designed to look like wings and is a half-open circle cut. And while Nifty hasn't changed outfits much other than what I'm gonna assume Alistair put her in as the maid uniform, but I imagine Nifty loves a fluffy circle skirt the most, which was basically a staple of the 1950s. Circle skirts were everywhere. So of course she likes them. Then again, there were form-fitting outfits, but I don't really see Nifty being into anything form-fitting that isn't bedroom adjacent. As for the underdress, it's just a simple slip with a wing design bodice top. I did also add the dripping dots to her skirt. I know they're usually on her shirt and are probably how she died, but with the new design of the coat that I did, there's not a lot of room. Though it does make me wonder if Nifty were to have an actual wardrobe, would the blood spots always be in the same spot? Or would she like actively put them on her outfits for people to see? Because I kind of like to think that she would. I mean, she seems the type to weirdly be proud of her death, you know? Anyway, accessories-wise, I just gave her simple gloves, which, yeah, seems crazy for the cleaning demon, but I like to think she wears them when she isn't cleaning, or just doesn't care, because, I mean, why not, right? Oh, and I gave her a little hat, which is colored similar to her coat, with a little wing-like bow on the top of it, and straight pins sticking out of the top. I know Nifty's sewing theme is kind of up in the air now, but seeing as her Overlord power beam with stitch lines, I couldn't help but bring back all those original themes for her Overlord fit, which is also why I have her double-wielding giant sewing needles that are also angelic weapons. No real reason why. And as for color, I didn't dip too far off of her original colors. However, though, I did include her pilot colors, mainly by mixing them together. But I also added a new darker color, again to show some separation from her and Alistair before the contract or deal or whatever it is they have going on. I mean, in some weird way, it does seem mutual between them, unlike with Husk, So while we'll probably never know what their thing is, I'm weirdly okay with not knowing due to how they seem to be with each other. Like, they seem really okay with everything, though Nifty's kind of an unreliable narrator in her own mind, so I don't know. But again, I'm weirdly okay with whatever it is, because, like, again, it seems mutual, they seem like they like each other. She was ride or die for Alistair as soon as she saw him on TV. Like, Nifty's where she wants to be, and I'm perfectly happy with letting her be there. But anyway, though, I love this design. It's so cute and, like, really simple. Kinda. I mean, I guess it's more simple in the way that it would be a good flashback look than anything else. Though, if Nifty and Baxter, like, ever go on a date, I really do hope we see her in something slightly similar. Or more, up to date, I guess. Because I feel really bad that Nifty's, like, whole redesign isn't even really a redesign. It's just a recolor. I really wish Nifty would get, like, some kind of outfit. I mean, I like her dominatrix outfit, no problem. But, like, I really wish Nifty could get a whole new look than what she's been rocking. But anyway, again, this was fun and a good warm-up for when I do Husk. Next, because his design as an Overlord to his design working for Alistair is just, it just feels like a weird jump in fashion direction. It's very messy. So look forward to that next Wednesday. Oh, also we have a few new members to Scream At today who are not brand new, and I'm sorry it's taking me this long to scream at you. Hyperactive Possum, Biblical Destiny, and Lecture Parmy Dastris? I'm so sorry, but welcome to the madness! Also, thank you to 4'10", Jungle Bat 2139, Deer Eyes, Beef Jerky Yummy, and Cookie Fairy YT for the super thanks on my many videos after the Vaggie and Able redesign videos. Very big thank you for the support and patience with my messy schedule. On to the wall of teeth you go. Also, thank you to the other members. You have my whole heart. Everyone else, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on my socials right here. And if possible, hit that join button or super to join the Board of Teeth. It really helps out the channel and me. I hope you all have a super fantastic day. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!